You're trying to break through and scale your business. You've probably been trying for quite a while. You've probably tried almost everything, like I did. But the thing is, guys, over 99% of businesses fail. Why is that? This isn't the Olympics. You don't have to be born with something in order to succeed. It's not the high jump. It's knowledge. There's something that over 99% of businesses are not doing, so that they're failing, that the businesses that are winning and succeeding are doing. And the thing is, guys, I went to Stanford University. I'm close personal friends with a lot of founders of all kinds of businesses, from what was the world's second biggest affiliate marketer to the founder of Instagram. And we're very good at studying. And what we've found, this is on the leading edge of consumer psychology, is that all those businesses that are not commodities businesses, that are breaking through and scaling, are doing one thing. I know it doesn't look like they're doing the same thing, but we're about to dive into that, show you how to do it, show you how to break through and scale so that you can reach your dreams the same way that it allowed me to. I'm excited about that, and I hope you are too. Let's go ahead and get into it. If you're a man between about your mid-30s and mid-50s, then this in particular will apply to you and will help you break through and scale your business. I'm Dak, and I wrote Entrepreneurship Solved because there wasn't any kind of complete enough guide out there to make sure that anybody that wanted to break through and scale their business could do so. Whether you're selling physical products from home or from a drop shipper on any platform, or you're an online coach, maybe you're a physical fitness coach, maybe you teach people how to trade stocks, maybe you teach people how to improve their own lives, maybe you teach them how to hunt mushrooms, or maybe you have a physical store, maybe you run a local store or studio, maybe you're an affiliate marketer, anything where you need to accumulate a lot of customers, even a YouTuber. This is exactly what all of the businesses that are doing that have a large customer base, from Starbucks to Whole Foods to Facebook to Tony Robbins, are doing to be so successful and scale so much. Now, if you're an oil company and you sell a commodity, this probably isn't for you. But for almost everybody else watching, this one thing is exactly how all of the businesses in your shoes are breaking through and scaling. And there really just is not another way to do it. They're all doing some form of the same thing, and I'm going to show you why and how. Yo, Gary V, what's up, man? Hey, I got a question. How do I break through and scale my business? I've been trying everything. Well, first you gotta eat a lot of blueberries. I eat blueberries like it's my job. It saves so much time. All you motherfuckers out there, you're just wasting so much time eating. Okay, that's great, but beside the blueberries, then what should I do? Okay, so you're gonna make content for the next 3 years and you're gonna put it on TikTok. See, everybody's on TikTok, it's all about the attention. And you just keep putting it up there and keep making content, and then people are gonna love it. It's gonna scale. Eventually you're gonna do something that hits and it's just gonna scale, man. Content. It's about the content. Just don't buy the New York Jets, because that's for me. Don't buy the New York Jets. It's my thing. Content. Isn't that kind of just guessing? It is. Without diving into my entire story, which you don't want to hear just yet, I ran a business that did over 7 figures when I was pretty young. Then I tried to switch businesses and start something that was more scalable in a bigger market, and it just didn't work. I wound up spending all of my money and basically literally going broke. I then was stuck for over 3 years on that. It was absolutely terrible. And that was despite the fact that I went to Stanford, that I know all these top Silicon Valley entrepreneurs I could ask at any time, that I read everything by Russell Brunson and Gary Vaynerchuk and all that. What I want to show you now, starting right now and in the book Entrepreneurship Solved, is how I got unstuck and how being in that position showed me the solution to almost every problem you might be facing, because I went through it all. At the end of that rainbow, I wound up getting to live out my dream, which is really what I want for you. I had a list of everything that I wanted to do before I died. Bucket list, if you will. And I was super fortunate that I got to do all of that right before I turned 30. I got to fly in a fighter jet and break the speed of sound. I got to go to Vietnam, buy a motorcycle with a friend, and ride up and down the coast. I got to go to 6 of the top 10 restaurants in the entire world. I got to do everything that I wanted to. I got to hang out with celebrities like Rob Thomas and Lindsey Vonn. I'm gonna show you a bunch of pictures of that. It was really awesome. I really want you to get a conception for what's possible for you.
Yes, I will let your hair fly, let the beat ride, take a chance, like you won't regret it if you do it again. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'll be on the road again, I'll be on the road again. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'll be on the road again, I'll be on the road again.
The thing is, guys, this isn't about me though. This is about you. I want you to break through so that you can live out whatever your dreams are. Your dreams are probably not the same as my dream. That's fine. If I can do all of that stuff, you can do whatever it is your dreams are. I got to hang out way more with my friends and family. Whenever they wanted to do something, I was able to take that time off and do it. I had the resources to do it. Whatever your dream might be. I did almost all of that when I was only making about 20K a month. I wasn't even a millionaire yet. So it's extremely accessible. You can do the same things. You just have to run a business that has the right fundamentals, that is scalable and follows the one thing that separates all those successful businesses from all the failures. And we're gonna go through that. This is going to be both comprehensive, so that if you're just starting, it's fine for you. And we're gonna go deep, so that if you're an expert, you will absolutely learn a lot of new stuff. All right, guys, I'm gonna show you why I'm so excited and passionate about bringing this to you. So first off, if you want everything in my bank account, every last dollar in my bank account, what you want is this. I never did a stint as a hedge fund manager. All of my money, everything in my bank account, came from being an entrepreneur. And all of that came from my knowledge, which I put all of that into Entrepreneurship Solved. Every action that I took came from my knowledge and put all of that into Entrepreneurship Solved. You can see, guys, this is not some little like pamphlet. This is, by the way, this is not the book. This is the free first 10 chapters that we'll send you. And look, this is not some like sparse giveaway thing. This is the real deal first 10 chapters, probably a lot more than that, of the actual book. And I put some of my best stuff into this because first off, you need to understand the picture first. Second off, I don't like wasting time. I went to Stanford. I'm an overachiever. I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste your time. Some of the absolute best stuff is right here. If you want everything that's in my bank account, you want this. If you want every experience that I've had, you've seen some of them, and there have been a lot more. If you want all the same experiences as me, you want this, because this is how I got those. If you want to know the celebrities that I know, you want this, because this is how I met them. All of it comes back to the knowledge in here. Now, what's in here? First off, attention. I get 5 to 10 times as much attention, 5 to 10 times as much attention on the things that I do as my competitors do. Don't believe me? This video gets 65+% of people to watch the first 20 to 30 seconds. 65%. You know what the average is for my competitors? About 7. Sometimes 12, sometimes 3, depends on a few factors. So I get 10 times as much attention as my competitors. That means 10 times as many people stop and engage with what I'm doing as my competitors. Now let's say we could get you 5 times what you're doing right now and 5 times what your competitors are doing. 5 times as many people stop and engage with what you're doing. Think about it, imagine it. What is that gonna do for your business? In theory, you should get about 5 times more business, first off. Doesn't usually work that way, but shouldn't be too far off. Imagine you could get 5 times as many people to stop and engage with what you're doing as your competitors. Imagine it. What is that going to do for your business? How do I do that? Psychology. So I am an incredible entrepreneur, but I am one of the world's best practical psychologists. This is at the leading edge. How we grab attention is at the leading edge of our understanding of human behavior. It's the very cutting edge. But we've finally gotten there, and I use that. Guess what? It's actually not that complicated of a process. It's one of the first things we talk about right here in the first 10 chapters of the book. So you're gonna get that. It's right here. That huge secret, just give it to you. 5 times as many people, 10 times as many people engaging with your stuff just from using that. It's not that difficult. Then we're gonna talk about engagement. After you have attention, you need engagement. So we're gonna talk about that. That gives you time. How do you form relationships? You spend time with people, right? It's the same thing here. You wanna form scalable relationships? Spend time with people in a scalable manner. You need engagement for that. Then we're going to talk about irresistible offers. Again, that's all here in the first 10 chapters that we'll send you. Creating irresistible offers. If you've got a relationship with somebody, a buying relationship, then they will buy if you put an irresistible offer in front of them. I'm sure that you have companies that you like buying from. You haven't bought everything from them, right? Because not everything that they sell is an irresistible offer for you. So we're going to show you how to create irresistible offers so that people will buy once you've got that relationship. You need the relationship or they won't buy. If somebody came up to you on the street and had an irresistible offer, when was the last time you bought something like that? Complete unknown entity gave you an irresistible offer and you bought it. Probably sometimes, but like very, very rarely. Like once in the last year, something like that. I don't know. Now, how often do you buy from entities that you know when the things are just like, oh, kind of cool? Probably quite a bit. So then you put an irresistible offer into that. That's what you need. That will break you through and scale you. Now we're going to email this to you, guys. You're going to click, and then you're going to give us your email, and we're going to send it to you by email. We're going to send it to you by email. Why? Because you're not just getting the free 10 chapters of the book here. You're also getting a little mini course that runs about a week on how to build scalable relationships on each step of it. Now, if we put all that into this video, it'd be hours long. And you can imagine trying to put all of this into this video, it'd be hours long. Also, it's in a sequence, so we got to email it to you. Now, I run a startup company with venture capital backing. I don't have time to write a bunch of emails, so we send you about a week's worth of emails and then that's it, nothing else. We definitely do not sell emails or anything like that. I don't have time for that, and that's not a very big business, especially compared to what I'm doing in my day job. So, you're going to give us an email, we're going to send that to you. The last thing in here that I really want to talk about, one of my favorite stories ever that you've never heard, how Che Guevara with 8 people took over an entire country with tanks and planes and everything. It was only Che Guevara and 8 people took over Cuba. Now, put all of his politics aside, whether or not he's a great person, I am not defending him whatsoever, but it's one of the most unbelievable stories you've ever heard, and is one of the most unbelievable stories of entrepreneurship you've ever heard. How do you think they did it? Forming scalable relationships that were centered around taking action. So by the time you read that story, which is like the first thing we talk about in here, you're going to understand the basis for how you're going to break through and get to scalable. And then we're going to go through how specifically to do each piece. Now, scalable to me is at least $300,000 a year profit. All these other people are talking about 7-figure revenue business, this, that. That's revenue. 7-figure business, they're talking revenue. I mean, at least $300,000 a year of profit. That's scalable to me. That's what I want to get for you. Now, by at least, I mean up to 10 million, maybe 15 million. Beyond that, we're talking like corporation. But between 300,000 and 10 or 15 million a year in profit. That's what we're talking about getting for you. All you got to do is give us an email.
And what is that one thing you ask? Emu farming. They use 1/5 as much land as cattle, they're adorable, they're super friendly, and they fly. What's that? They don't fly? And they don't even fly. Their milk makes you fly. No, don't farm emus. Disregard everything he said.
Okay, guys, this is so monumental, so make or break between whether or not a business succeeds and scales or fails or just gets stuck, that if I didn't really get you to engage with it, to take it seriously, to use it and to run with it and to grow your own business, that I would feel that I personally failed you on a massive scale. Is business ever going to be easy? No. But why? There's 2 parts. One is figuring out what to do, which has never been easy. And the other is doing it, which has also never been easy. What that means is you spend all this time figuring out what to do. Then you spend all this time, effort, and money going out and doing it, and then it doesn't work. So then you got to spend a bunch more time, effort, and money figuring out what the next thing is you're going to do, and then doing that. And that is what makes it to where over 99% of people fail. What if somebody figured out what makes the difference between success and failure to the extent that you could just go, figure out what you're going to do in that way, do it, put the effort in there, and then it would work. That person would be a very handsome, lovable superhero, wouldn't they? That's exactly what we did here. That's exactly what we did here. Sorry, I got to be cocky about it for a moment, but I want you to take it seriously. That's exactly what we did. That's exactly what I did for you. That's exactly what we're sharing with you. It took me all the time and effort, but we figured it out. We figured out how to do it for my businesses, which made us very good at sharing it with you for your businesses. And now you can jump on my back and we can go to the promised land. We can take your business and scale it. We can make it soar. We can break it through. You can join our team of people, of other entrepreneurs that now, instead of fumbling around blindly in the dark trying to figure out what will work, know what works, and can go out and directly do it. And that's a game changer. I changed the game. We changed the game for you. You gotta love that. You gotta call me handsome for that. We changed the game for you. We're bringing it to you. We're gonna make it as easy as possible on you. We're gonna help you execute it. And it's gonna take your life, it's gonna take your business, it's gonna break them through, it's gonna help them skyrocket. Why? Because when you see what other people write in books and on videos and on stage and everything, all this advice that you get from other people, what do? They say a lot of businesses are doing this and making money, and they talk about that. Most businesses are doing that and they make a lot of money, and they talk about that. And those tips are worth millions of dollars. They really are. But this is what all consumer-facing businesses are doing, guys. Basically all of them. We have to say that for the FCC or whatever. Basically all of them are doing this that are succeeding and scaling. And the ones that aren't doing it, they're getting stuck and they're failing. So let me just teach you. Just jump on my back. Let's go. Let's go. We got this for you. We're going to win. I'm going to help you win. We're going to start now. You're going to stop wasting time, money, advertising money, effort, potential revenue, and we're just going to go win. We're just going to go do it, guys. You got to love that. You are free to write to the email or whatever means you have of contacting me how handsome and lovable and awesome I am. Because we're going to go do this. We got it figured out. Took forever. That's why I'm so passionate about getting you on board. That's why I'm so passionate about sharing it with you. But we got this. We can send that to you. Pretty easy, right?
Do you really want to be an entrepreneur like this? It's all I can afford to eat today. I better save the rest for tomorrow.
Guys, please, if you learn anything from this, please do one thing. Do not try to go out and reinvent the wheel. I know you're smart. You're probably one of the smartest people you know, or you wouldn't be thinking about trying to start a business. I know, like me, you're probably stubborn. You wouldn't be thinking about trying to start a business. But please, do not go out and just try to reinvent the wheel. That's how I got stuck for over 3 years, because I thought that I knew enough. And I did know 80 or 90% of the picture, and it's that last 10 to 20% that make all the difference. Because we've given people so many tools to start businesses and put out their agendas that it's gotten incredibly competitive. It's like an Olympic sport now, and I should know because I was a near Olympic level athlete. And at that level, you cannot do it yourself. You have to have a coach. So you need to learn from other people. There's millions of people go out there doing experiments right now, and there's people studying that and bringing that information to you. You have to learn what's rising to the top in other people's efforts and do what's working, and then find the 2 or 3 areas where you know best. And I absolutely did know best in 2 or 3 areas, and innovate in those areas while doing best practices in the other areas. That's how you win. That's how you win. Now, worst case scenario, let's say I'm completely wrong, I don't know what I'm talking about. You get the beginning of the book for free. Read the first 10 pages or so, and you'll know whether or not it's going to be valuable to you. What else could you do with that time? You could probably go to Starbucks and get a cup of coffee. You could probably watch part of a TV show on Netflix. You could probably watch 2 or 3 YouTube videos. Worst case scenario, that's all you lose. No money, a cup of coffee, or a couple YouTube videos. Best case scenario, I do know what I'm talking about. I went to Stanford. I'm friends, close personal friends with the founder of Instagram, as well as a lot of other Silicon Valley top entrepreneurs like Lisa Falzone, who started Revel Systems and sold it for over $100 million. The guy who's 3 or 4 on the team at Airbnb, also worth hundreds of millions. I've done over $500,000 of ad testing myself. Best case scenario, I know exactly what I'm talking about, and this changes your life. I would say if you execute everything in here properly, it should be worth at least $150,000 to you over the next 2 years alone. Best case scenario, just trying this, just seeing for yourself and forming your own opinion, just starting it, showing us where to send it. We'll send it to you by email. Just tell us where to send it, start it, and see for yourself, because it really, really might change your life. But whatever you do not just reinvent the wheel. Go out and learn from smart people what the best practices are, and then innovate in 2 to 3 areas. Guys, please give it a shot and see for yourself. I'll see you on the other side. So this right here, this is the free first 10 chapters of the book that you can get right now if you just give us an email and tell us where to send it. You see, this is great information. This is not some just free giveaway kind of a thing. This is the beginning of the book, and we're gonna dive into exactly how to do all this. But 2 things, guys. First off, you really, really, really need to start right now, because this is the easiest time to talk to people, to form relationships, and to get sales there's been in a long time. Why? Because people are bored. And that doesn't happen much in the modern world. The second thing is that you have to form relationships in order to create profitable, scalable sales. We'll talk over and over and over again about why it has to be that way, but when you accept that and you do it, it will change your life. It will change your business. Everything will change for you. You just have to form relationships. Otherwise, it's like running up to somebody on the street who's never seen you before and being like, buy this, buy this, buy this. It's the greatest thing ever. Could be the greatest thing ever. You're going to freak them out. They're not going to buy it. But if you form a relationship, and then if you have an irresistible offer, you're going to create scalable sales. What's an irresistible offer? Now, I like this. Russell Brunson just talked about this. Would you buy this phone, my phone, for $1,000? It's got a crack because I was just doing this demonstration recently. It's got a crack right there. Would you buy this for $1,000? I'm sure you wouldn't. But now think of this. I'm close college friends with Kevin Systrom, the founder of Instagram. Imagine if you could get something in front of Kevin Systrom, the founder of Instagram. Everybody he knows, he's a billionaire. What would that do for your business? What could he help you do? I'm also close friends with Michaela Schifrin, multiple-time Olympic gold medalist with over 1 million followers, rabid followers on Instagram. I'm also friends with Lindsey Vohn's brother, another Olympic gold medalist. You've probably heard of her. What could they do if they were associated with your business? Another friend of mine, Nick Lippin, is the manager for Matchbox 20. He can get you in contact with Matchbox 20. Well, guess what? You can talk to all of them from my phone. All of my customers, they're in my email. All of my notes, everything I know about business, it's on my phone. Now imagine what you could do with this. Would you pay $1,000 for that? Plus the phone? $2,500? I bet some of you would pay $25,000 because you know exactly what you would do along with the founder of Instagram, or with Lindsey Vonn, or with these other people. That's an irresistible offer. This changes everything when you know what's really involved in it, when you know why it's exceptional. It has to be the right offer. You combine that with a relationship and you will sell. But you gotta get started right now. You do not wanna let this period in time when people are bored and it's so easy to talk to them go by. You wanna seize that. And you don't wanna be wasting your time and your money anymore. You wanna break through. Do it the way that all successful businesses do. Break through, make it happen, and make it happen now. Go and just tell us where to send this and we'll send it to you right now. You get started and we'll show you exactly how to do all of that, how to break through. And I will tell you right now, this will be the most valuable, most helpful free thing you ever get in your entire life. And I'll bet you, if it isn't, you can send me all the nasty, angry emails ever that I wasted your time and you tried reading it. But if it is, you all have to email me and tell me how cool and handsome and awesome I am. Fair enough? This will change your life. There's everything just in here that some of you need to make millions. Yes, as you continue through the book, after this part, it will help you speed that up. but this will be the most valuable free thing you ever get in your whole life. It will change your life. Get it now, don't wait. All right, guys, there's one thing that I have to communicate to you before you finish this video, or I've totally failed you. And that is that there is no reality in which you win and scale a business without the processes outlined throughout this book. There is no reality in which that happens. Maybe if you're selling oil or diamonds, but otherwise there's no reality where that happens. Why? Because I'm so smart and I invented all this great stuff. I didn't invent any of this. I discovered this. I was a really successful entrepreneur for 6 years. Then I completely got stuck for 3 years, made almost no money, spent over $500,000 in ad testing, tried everything, read everything, even picked the brains of my entrepreneur friends like Kevin Systrom, the founder of Instagram, in order to discover these things for myself. And then I was like, wow, nobody should ever have to recreate that. That sucked. And now I'm sharing it with you guys. And what I discovered is that basically all businesses, and we have to say basically for legal reasons, all businesses that succeed and scale use these processes. Now, here's what's going to happen. Most of you are going to click through from this video to get this, which I really appreciate. I love the love. I love it. But then the data is very clear. Most of you are going to click through, and then more than half of you are going to be like, I don't want to leave an email, even to get the intro of the book, which might potentially change my life, which I was all excited about. I just don't want to leave an email, and you're going to leave, and you're going to go watch a YouTube video. Now, for those of you that aren't going to do that, does that make any sense at all? I understand the psychology of it, but you watch the whole video, you get all excited, you go through, and then you just don't leave an email. It doesn't make any sense. But that's what more than half of you are going to do. Now, if you do that, you're going to have to recreate all of this yourself. It's going to cost you tens of thousands of dollars, years of your life, probably hundreds of thousands of dollars of testing to recreate this yourself, because there's no reality in which you scale a business without using the processes that we outline in here. And yes, I do know that a lot of you are skeptics. You know what skeptics do? They investigate. So we're giving you irrefutable evidence. You can read this for yourself and see if I'm a complete idiot or if I actually know what I'm talking about for yourself by investigating, by reading this, sending you irrefutable evidence so you can draw your own conclusion. That's for the skeptics in the back. Now, we also have a Telegram group. It's brand new. It's like a text message group, except it's anonymous. You can click through to join it. If you don't have Telegram, it'll have you download it, super easy. You associate a phone number with your account, but nobody sees the phone number. You can put in whatever name you want, and they'll only see the name that you enter. You could be Zorro if you want. In that group, I'm going to answer as many of your questions as I possibly can. You guys can answer each other's questions. You all have the same knowledge base. And we're also going to have free Zoom calls where on video conferencing, we can dive into your businesses and talk about how to make them amazing and scale them. And everybody can learn from that. We can also go over other case studies, whatever you want. All of that's for free. And from the Telegram group, you can also download the free intro of the book. So choose email or Telegram. Those of you who click through from this and then are like, I don't want to leave an email or join the Telegram group, and then you go watch another YouTube video, you're gonna have to recreate all this. It's not gonna be fun at all. It's really gonna suck. I don't know what to say. Some of you are gonna do that. It doesn't make any sense, but that's how it's gonna have to go. If you do that, you're gonna have to recreate it. I made this. I spent all the time on this, years and years and years, so that you guys don't have to recreate this. I cannot wait to meet you guys, help you guys succeed, help you guys scale, and I cannot wait to see you on the other side.